Now, I expect a lot of this chapter, the fairy tale, has brought us a little bit of a twist right there with the true, and I may say, the true son of Zeref, Dragneel. And boy, oh fucking boy, we're just gonna get right into it, because not only with the fight has been concluded, but with the setup after this chapter, there's quite a bit to talk about with this one. So Gildart and August finally clashing, going throughout all of this, even using some of his old mighty magic, you'd all crush land. And August is just wiping the fucking floor, like, for the most part, like, going into it. However, though, like, without all this time, like, Gildas has managed to find out a way, actually, to counteract him as he poured in the staff, as he was a bit, he kind of took him by surprise, where it's like, you're actually doing this to a door, like, why would you actually saying this, or, like, all this stuff and all that, and saying, you know, like, why would, you know, a father go out that way and all that to do this? And, like, I honestly feel like with how August, especially from what we've seen throughout the entire chapter, I feel like the way how he came across with Brandish, and then what we've ever seen him with any other character and all that, I feel like he already kind of understood that reason, but he kind of wanted more to hear from, like, Zeref's, like, perspective, because with a lot of it, is like, when you got to see him, like, pull out the fucking sword out, like, sword right out of his chest, and I know a lot of people saying, oh, how the fuck you take that? That went right through him, and it's like, well, like, he already stated, like, a lot of this shit was eaten by Acnologia, so, like, the entirety of, like, his, like, whole chest going around there, and he's like, this is fine, and he's, like, pushing the whole thing into his body, and, like, actually, like, found out the trick behind his magic, where he's like, you have the power of instantaneously copying of the magic, at the same time, you can nullify this shit immediately, and you can see, like, this is why he was able to just immediately just take out Natsu. He was able to fuck up, like, everyone else with the irrational states, like, no one could fucking touch him, and, like, Gildas was able to figure this out and all that, saying, like, you can't, like, protect yourself from, like, magic, like, you know, like, Fairy Glare or my magic, and, you know, you chose saying, why the fuck did you only dodge, like, from Kana's cards out of everything? And it's like, you can't, copy holder-type magic. That's the one thing you can't be able to do and all that. Like, and that's the thing, it's like, you know, with something like that, it's like, you can't copy, like, my arm, for the most part, my prosthetic arm. He's like, I am just gonna become and destroy you and all that, like, and he's gonna take him out. And if anything, it's like, you know, I do enjoy, like, this is one of the most strongest people to deal with that. But I guess, like, even as well, like, where I had, like, a problem with this, it was like, if anything, the like, complaint is, like, way too fast. I wish we had a lot more of the time, because, but then as well, it worked hand in hand with, like, the story saying why His Majesty's son couldn't love, because then we find out the whole truth about fucking Rakeen is the fact that he isn't actually even his own son. Like, it's like, you're not even, like, when, like, we got to see with Zeref, he's like, why, father? And he's just like, and just looking at him and stomping on him, it's just like, you're no child of mine, like that. You're just a demon from the Book of Zeref. As, like, he's there crying, and he's like, but I'm father's child. He's like, that's all you are. You're an experimental body used to create Natsu, and one of the ones that turned out the best has the name Dragneel. That's all it is. And he's just like, I'm your son. And he's just like, you disrupted that fight between me and Natsu. I was enjoying it. Like, the fact they just keep stomping on him and just kicking him, and he's like there crying, and he's just like he keeps trying to say father over and over again. It's like, it's really fucked up, and he's just like, let's continue, Natsu, as he's like shaking and smiling. And this is where the chapter goes into where we finally get a little bit more about exactly the baby that Hades had. He's there as the baby's voice. It's just like, I can't even do this, like, the child of Mavis and all that, and he's just like wondering, you know, is Zeref the father after all this time and all that, saying, you know, what do I do with this child? Do I let it live? And the fact is that he abandoned him, and, like, the fact that he put him down a river, and he's like, he learned about this and all that, and maybe it's from his own memories, because he had the magic power for that. It was like, this is how fucking strong a child between, like, from these two magicians' eyes, like, able to do that, and the way how he just survived, where it's just like, he had a tough childhood, he's, like, stealing food and shit like that, and he just actually, like, found him, and, like, it's like, you know, at the end of the day, I knew that this man was my father, that this is the true man, and it's August. August is the fucking kid. And it's like, I ended up checking out the timeline, and it's like, there is a fucking huge difference in timeline, so it would explain why he's this old. The same thing is, like, he took, like, care, and it's like, you know, I'm gonna stay with him for all this time and all that. And he's like, you know, father didn't know about me, but it was best this way. Like, he didn't have to know that, because I became his assistant to create a country together, and, like, you know, he gave me a name, and it's just like, I kind of really like it. The whole reason that he kept him in the first place is because, guess what? As a fucking child and all that, he looked a lot like Mavis, and he's saying, I'm going to name you August during the month that I found you. And it's like, that was the main reason he kept him around. It's like, you remind me of, like, you remind me of Mavis, so that's why I'm going to keep you around. And it's like, why the king's child was unloved was because he didn't even know that his existence was there. And I want to know more about that as we get to see with, like, you know, if Zeref is ever going to find this out. Because, like, then again, it's like, even if he found it out, he wouldn't care. He would just be like, oh, that's it. Like, you know, oh, August went down and all that. And that's why I just, like, kept going and say, oh, it's us Majesty's children and all that. Because, like, that's how I felt. And I feel like August understood it, saying, you know, he thought he understood what it was like to love. Because, like, he cared about Brandish. He cared about, like, some of the other people around there. So I think he found his own answer in the end. It's just that he was always so conflicted why his own father, Zeref, was not there. And if anything, like, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's bullshit on that. No one fucking called that. Like, I don't see anyone ever fucking calling that, like, for Fairy Tail. Like, even I, like that. And I will happily admit, saying, yeah, I didn't see that, like, coming on that. And I love that fucking twist and all that. And on all that, I was really wanted to see that. And I will say the one thing about the chapter, as much as I really enjoy it, I kind of wish that August wasn't getting taken out this quick and all that. But from that, and I really cannot wait for the next chapter. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below, though, what you think about this Fairy Tail chapter. But that's all from me, so I'll see you guys, though, next time.